Hey, are you using a to-do list for your network marketing business? Because if you don't, that is a big problem. But I want to talk about a different kind of list in this video, so stick around. And if we haven't met, my name is Edita. I'm from VIE now. I'm a network marketer like you. I love network marketing, but I hate prospecting. And as you might guess, it's an issue. I don't like chasing people. I don't like approaching people. I tried, I struggled, but then I found a way to get my ideal prospects to come to me instead, and that changed everything. And I share that kind of information with you here at VIE now. Coming live all the way from Ireland. It's a sunny day today for a change, and also my daughter is away out for a quick lunch with her daddy, so I have a peaceful the whole 1 hour today. So catching up with my stuff and doing this video early today on that note. And by the way, if you would like to grab my 3-step formula to recruit new team members without having to prospect and chase and without having to feel awkward, you can find it if you click the link in the description of this video, which is viesnow.com/3 steps. And I want to talk about productivity today, because guess what? It's very important to be productive, to use your time wisely when you are running a business. It's impossible to succeed if you are not being intentional and strategic about what you do every day. So having the goals is important, knowing how you're going to achieve those goals is important, and being able to break your tasks down into smaller pieces and to daily tasks, super important. So obviously you probably understand the necessity for having a to-do list. Now, there are different ways to have a to-do list, you know, I have a couple of philosophies. I talked about that a while ago. I'll talk about it again, but today I want to talk about something completely the opposite. So I know, and this actually came up interesting. It was interesting, I think a couple of weeks ago, with one of the mentoring programs that I'm in. I'm in 3 of them. Yes, and I have mentors, I have accountability partners, I have colleagues that I talk to about the progress. And so in that meeting, somebody suggested, actually no, that was one of my colleagues from that mentoring program who invited me to a completely different group of people where he was actually giving a speech. He was talking, and basically the host of this call, it was a Zoom call, he mentioned something, and it was very interesting, and it actually makes a lot of sense. So we were talking about what things we should be doing, but apparently it's equally as important to know what things we shouldn't be doing. And basically that comes down to having a list of things not to do, and we call it don't do list. I don't know if this is not the other way around for you. Just don't do list. So on one hand you want to have your to-do list, on the other hand you want to have your don't do list, and it's very useful to put that list together. It's one thing to kind of abstractly think about something you shouldn't be doing, you know, to not get distracted or to not focus, you know, that would distract you from focusing on income making activities, so to speak. but it's a completely different thing, and it has a completely different level of power when you actually put that into a list. You actually write it down and put it somewhere in front of you, somewhere where you can see it all the time, and it actually helps you focus. First of all, you kind of pull yourself together to go through all the different things that you shouldn't be doing, because sometimes we don't even think about different little things we keep doing throughout the day, and we just somehow operate automatically. But it's very useful to actually sit down and do this exercise and do a list of things, you know, that you should not be doing. Don't do list, okay? And what happens when you put those things down as a list, it gets stuck. When we think about those things, you know, from the philosophical point of view, abstractly, is there such a word? Anyway, you know, it kind of, it remains abstract. But when you put a list together, it kind of materializes and enforces you not to do those things, and it helps you when you start drifting while doing something, start drifting to something that has the potential to distract you. It's much easier to remember about those things. Let's say you have a list, you have something like don't browse news, you know, on the list. And if you somehow start drifting to that when you are working on something, it helps you, having that item on the list helps you catch that moment of drifting and pulls you back into what you are supposed to be doing. It's much easier to develop awareness of those things and those moments when we start doing those things that we shouldn't be doing, when you have them listed. So yes, do have your to-do list, but also have your don't do list. It's very helpful, and helpful to understand, first of all, what you shouldn't be doing, and also it kind of enforces awareness, makes you more aware. When you start slowly getting distracted, makes you more aware of those moments and helps you go back to doing what you need to do to produce income, to become eventually successful, and to have the life that you want. Because without these things, it's very difficult to get anywhere. Without any productivity, mindset and discipline and stuff like that, it's very difficult to succeed. It gets boring, mundane, and so on. But we need to get through these things if we want to succeed. There is no way around it. There is no way around it. So anyway, I think this was useful. Do let me know your thoughts and whether you have a to-do list, whether you want to consider to have a don't-do list. And thanks very much for watching. Have a nice day. It's Thursday already. Weekend is around the corner. And if you would like to start recruiting new people into your downline without prospecting and chasing and feeling awkward, grab my 3-step formula at viesnow.com/3 steps. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.